Hey students, this is Heather Hammond-Williams again. I wanted to go over the middle child option for the interview observation paper. So I've already have a video for formatting the paper, so please see that one because that one's very important on how to basically get your points and how to do the paper in general as a whole. So this video is actually going to focus on the actual interview for the middle child. So with your middle child, you do have to have a participant that's the age between 7 to 12. If they are younger, it's not going to work for them. If they're older, it's not going to work for them either. So it does have to be specifically to this age group. So what I wanted to go over, there we go. All this other stuff was in the other video. I wanted to kind of go over the actual interview. So with this, you can conduct this in a couple different ways. So due to what's going on in our country, obviously we want to do social distancing. So if we're not on social distancing, you can be with the child. But if we're doing social distancing, then please do not be with the child. So you can do this through Zoom, you can do this through FaceTime, you can do this through email, maybe a 12-year-old, they can do some emails, I don't know, maybe social media, if their parent is okay with that. You always have to have the parent's consent, so the parent does have to sign the form, and the child does need to assent, meaning that they need to sign it too, saying that they're okay to do it. You can do it through phone calls, you can do it, if they live with you, face-to-face. If they're a family member and you guys are already connected and need to do it, go ahead. Normally, I don't allow students to do their own children, but due to the pandemic, I'll definitely will allow it. So up to you. If you have a child in this age or know someone, you have access to them, go right on ahead. So I do have a series of 17 questions. Some of the questions kind of have a little bit more to them, and you're going to be basically asking the child these questions. And if some children are going to be very open and they're going to give you a lot of information, some children are going to be very tight-lipped and just answering the question very specifically. So hopefully the goal of this is hopefully you have a good relationship with this child where they're going to be opening up to you pretty well. So that would be really nice because guess what? You got to reach about 2 pages, if not more, on the summary. So with this, I'm not going to go through every single question, of course. I'm just going to pull out some that you can ask them. So you can ask them things like, what's their favorite subject at school? What's their least favorite subject? You can ask them what responsibilities do they have at home? And mind you, maybe they're responsibilities, what does that mean? You can say things like chores, you can kind of ad-lib it enough. If they don't understand the question, you can give them some information and rephrase it. In your summary, do tell me that you had to rephrase the question because they didn't understand it, because that's going to connect to age 2. You can ask them things like, what are your thoughts on bullying? Does their school have a bullying policy? Does their home, how does their parents feel about it? What's their favorite activities and sports? Do they have any special interests? Whatever it is. So you have this series. You do need to address these questions. If you wanted to add more, you can, but you do need to focus on the questions that I do provide. So you're not making up your own interview. I have the questions, and it's going to really help you with the developmental demands. That's what it's for. So you're going to have them answer all those questions. Please note, if something makes them feel uncomfortable and they're not wanting to answer, you can say something like, the child said they don't really know about this response. So just gonna kind of go with it. So what I don't want, and this is very in particular, right down here, I'm gonna actually highlight it so it could be seen better. You are actually still right. So when you give me your notes and you're doing your interview, of course you can handwrite it. You can, have some. I write horrible. If you ever saw me write on the whiteboard, you'd be like, "Oh, Miss Heather," I'm like, I know my fine motor skills are horrible. You can write it, take a picture of it. You're gonna send it to me because I do want your notes. But when you go to write the paper, what I do not want is something like this. So I don't want you to have, what is your special interest out of school? Now that has the question right there, and then you say special interest is soccer. Not going to work. Special interest is soccer. Actually, you're going to need to give me some more details on that. But this is what I would call a question and answer, and that's not what I'm looking for in your paper part. So in your paper, you're going to be having an essay, you're going to have paragraphs, you're going to be connecting it. You're really going to be explaining it, explaining their responses. So below, let me bring it down a little bit. What would be better, what I do want, sorry, let me highlight it so we can all be on the same page. Johnny said that he really enjoys soccer. And then you can even say, like, maybe he has practice twice a week and games on the weekends. Maybe he's very close to his soccer teammates and, things like that. So give me more detail on it, stuff like that. So it is nice if you know the child already, you kind of know some of the information. But you do need to do the interview. I do want your notes in paper formatting. Remember, I do not want question and answer. I actually want an essay in that type of section. It needs to be about 2 pages just on your summary. So I want you to paint me much as a picture as you possibly can. Give me details. If you wanted to ask additional questions, feel free, but you do need to ask the ones that I did provide. And that's pretty much it for the middle child. So hopefully if you pick that option, you know what to do now. So have a good day.